Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody had a terrific Wednesday. I know all access customers, once again, terrific night. 5-1 last night, including a perfect 3-0 in college basketball, 2-1 in the NBA. Welcome to Against the Public. I'm Dana Lane. We're the only show to analyze early betting patterns by the public, and we've done that again with 3 more free college basketball winners for Thursday, each one going against early public opinion. Before I get to my free plays, I want to remind you I have my 3-pack in the NBA locked and loaded already. $49.99 gives you all 3 of my top NBA plays for one low price. And of course, that package and every other package comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. In addition, I just mentioned the success that the all access customers had. Well, to become a member, it's real simple. Very simple. Over the last 30, for a 30-day package, it's $13.13 a day. 90-day package, it's less than $10 a day. Annual all access pass, you can get that for less than $100 a month. That will ensure that you will receive every best bet winner from me over the next 30 days, week, 3 days, annual pass, whatever you choose. Get every play from the NBA, college basketball, NHL, and the NFL playoffs, of course. How could we forget that? And you get every play for one low price. So please go to pickdawgz.com right now and get involved. And of course, I have my NFL playoff pass that's up there, becoming very, very popular as we get closer to the divisional games. Get every single one of my playoff plays for $119.99. And in case you need more convincing, this is what the all access customers have done of late, and this is excluding, I think, one game tonight. We have the one game tonight has not been loaded up, but that was the winner with San Diego State. That has not been posted yet. But 58% overall winners over the last week for starters. We're, of course, counting down the days to the NFL divisional playoffs starting on Saturday. I've absolutely annihilated college and pro football this year with just under 4,000 units won. That makes me the #1 combined football handicapper on this website on the back of 61% NFL winners over the last 30 days. In the NBA, I'm the #1 handicapper over the last 7 days with 64% winners, 520 units won, and 56% winners in college basketball. I've already talked about what we did last night. Make that commitment for less than $100 a month, and that's really all that needs to be said. So let's get to our free plays. We're going to start it off with game 757, 758, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Wisconsin-Milwaukee Panthers versus the Northern Kentucky Norse. The Norse minus 2.5, 155 is your total. And this number opened North Kentucky at minus 3.5. That was bet down to 2.5, which is where it's at now. I think that number is going to hold steady. So if you didn't get a chance to bet it tonight, you want to play it tomorrow, that's okay. I think you're going to be looking at the same number. I'm not yet quite at the point where I trust the Panthers. They started out the season 1-5 ATS. They got burned a couple times with them. Didn't really like what I've seen from them. But even though that they are 6-3 since that 1-5 start against the number, for me, the Norse have been more dependable. They lost back-to-back games, back-to-back covers this year just once. They've covered 3 of the last 4, and they would have made it 4 out of the last 4. They just couldn't shake Detroit in that second half. Played a good first half, but Detroit stayed with them in that second half. It was a 5-point win as a 10-point favorite. But outside of that, they've been extremely dependable, and it wasn't, even though they couldn't shake Detroit, it certainly wasn't because they didn't play well. They shot over 53% from the field, but just 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Yeah, I think even if you get a little bit better effort from beyond the arc and you get a team that's right around 50% shooting, I'll take that any single day. Between L.J. Wells and Trey Robinson, they have more than enough depth to bury Wisconsin. So we're going to take Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to take the Norse minus 2.5 as your first play. Game number 2, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 763, 764. The Hampton Pirates versus the Hofstra Pride. The Pride minus 18 and 148. We saw this number shoot up after opening up at 146.5, so it's gone up about 1.5 or a point and a half. here in town. I think we're going to see some buybacks, so get this number early when you get a chance to do that. I think it's going to settle back down to where it was. But this is a good number right now at 148. I don't really understand the number because we've seen the Pirates give up at least 80 points in 4 of their last 5 games. But you know how it goes. When it looks too good, I mean, you guys know the rest. We know the Pride would rather keep the scoring down, but even they have gone over the total in three times over their last 5 games. I think things are going to settle down for both teams offensively. Both games last year went under the total by more than 30 points in each game, and both games also featured totals of 116 points and 118 points, just to give you an idea. So we saw kind of the same thing last year where totals were posted. In fact, we saw a total, I think, in the 150s or so, and they were way off. Both of these games went way under the total last year. Both teams are also below average free throw shooting teams, and you know how I feel about teams that can't or can give me those extra points. So we're going to go under the 148 in this one. And game number 3, 769-770, Stony Brook Seawolves versus the Delaware Blue Hens. Blue Hens -7, 143.5. Again, I lean on the people that know these programs, and I was lucky enough to grow up around that area. I went to college in that area too. Spent some time at Stony Brook and still have contacts to this day. So help me out on this one. This number, I think, may pop back up to 7.5 because we're starting to see some Blue Hen money after opening up at 7. The Seawolves have been terrific against the spread this season, but Delaware can match that terrific start with 10 covers in their 15 games and 6 of their last 9. They were just okay in the game I was able to see against Wilmington, which means there shouldn't be anything but the best effort from the Hens, even with Drexel up next. Normally, I would say, Drexel's going to be up next. Maybe they're going to be more focused on the Dragons. I just don't think that that's going to be the case here. The Hens have a tremendous amount of depth with 6 players averaging 8.9 points per game or better, and they have 4 players that are over 10 points a game. So to me, there's a lot of depth here. The feedback that I get on Stony Brook is kind of wishy-washy, very average. Not something that I want to put my money, or not a team I want to put my money behind when I feel like the other team's got a lot of depth. And depth, really, along with free throw shooting, is massive for me because I don't want, when there's substitutions, I don't want a lull in scoring, especially when I'm dealing with totals, but I'm not doing that in this game. But that's kind of how I feel about teams with depth against other teams that don't have very much. So we're going to take Delaware -7 in this one. So that does it for your free plays on Thursday. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with my NBA 3-pack for $49.99. Of course, that comes with our win guarantee that says that you must profit or receive an immediate site credit. And again, please jump on those all access passes because not only will you get the NBA plays in those passes, you also get my college basketball, NFL for the weekend, NHL, anything I throw out there, you get in an all access pass. So, and before we get back to our free plays again, just to recap our free plays, I also want to remind you, I'm going to be on the road this weekend, taking in 3 hockey games in Los Angeles and Anaheim. So I will send videos out. They're going to be a little bit condensed, not as in-depth. That doesn't mean I'm not doing the work on them. It just means, I got to get through it because I got a bunch of people around me that are hoping to be on a little bit of a mini vacation. But dropping them off at Disney, and then I'm going over to the hockey game. So anyway, that's kind of the schedule for the weekend. We'll be back on track on Monday, but I'll have those NFL plays up for you, and I know I've already been asked about those. So that's kind of the schedule. So let me give you our free games one more time. We're going to take Northern Kentucky -2.5, Hampton Hofstra under 148, and Delaware -7. So that does it for today's show. I want to thank everybody that continues to help this show grow. Thank you to everybody who has put their money behind me and my selections. Absolutely roll the sleeves up and work as hard as I possibly can for you. So thank you for your trust. That does it for Against the Public. I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Thursday.